Hello again, welcome to your latest Met Office afternoon update on this rather showery Friday. Many of us are likely to see some blustery showers today, and we've already seen a few developing through the early hours and so far this morning. A spell of something a bit more persistent is pushing its way across Scotland. That is feeding its way a little bit further southwards, and so as we go into the afternoon, likely to see a bit more persistent rain across southern Scotland into northern England too. Elsewhere though, like I said, it's a pretty showery picture, and some of those showers could be heavy, particularly across central southern parts, and then the focus of the heavier and perhaps thundery showers pushes into eastern parts of England as we go later on. There will also be a scattering of showers developing across parts of Scotland. Some of these could turn wintry, above 500, 600 metres or so. We could see a bit of sleet or snow, but notice across Northern Ireland here it's actually looking largely dry, and that's a sign of what's to come from the west. We are going to see a drier theme as we go later on, but for the time being, yes, still some showers around and quite a blustery theme. That being said, temperatures are still above average for the time of year. It may not be quite as warm as it was on Thursday, looking at highs of around 16, 17 Celsius towards the southeast, though further north, temperatures here actually much closer to average, perhaps even a little bit below for some places, generally staying in single figures here. Like I said, there's a drying theme from the west as we go later on, so whilst there may still be some showers across eastern parts to end the day, it is going to turn drier from the west, and we'll see some clearer skies developing too, because we have a ridge of high pressure building. That's going to settle our weather down just for a short period of time. You can see there are various systems waiting out in the west to arrive as we go through Saturday. As well as the clearer skies, we're going to have a bit of a northerly wind developing. That will allow for some chillier air to push its way southwards, and so after a mild day for many of us today, we're going to have a bit of a chilly night, markedly chillier than it has been recently. In fact, across some parts of Scotland, northern England maybe, we could see temperatures dropping a little bit below freezing, so a touch of frost is possible. Watch out also for a few patches of mist and fog, even though further south temperatures should generally stay just a few degrees above freezing. So we start Saturday on a chilly but mostly fine note. Once any mist and fog patches clear, plenty of blue sunny skies, particularly across northern and eastern parts, and here it should stay mostly sunny as we go through a big chunk of the day. However, across the south and west here it is going to turn pretty grey and pretty cloudy, and there will be a bit of wet weather around at times, perhaps something a bit heavier, more persistent rain-wise, pushing into parts of Northern Ireland later on. After a chilly start, temperatures are actually going to rise as we go through the day, as we drag in some milder air again from the southwest, and so most places are likely to get into double figures. Across parts of the south we could be looking at mid-teens Celsius, and even towards the north and east, yes, there may be a touch of frost first thing, but maximum temperatures are likely to be a touch higher than today. Worth noting though, because the milder air is coming in from the southwest, may take a bit of a time, so the maximum temperatures may be quite late on in the day. As we go through the end of the day tomorrow on Saturday, the wet weather across western parts will feed its way eastwards, and so everywhere will turn cloudy as we go through the evening and overnight, and there will be some wet weather for a time. But that then clears away towards the east as we go through Sunday morning. So yes, perhaps parts of East Anglia, Kent maybe start the day with a bit of rain around, but that will clear away, and then for many it's not looking too wet. Yes, perhaps a few outbreaks of rain, could be a little bit heavy across parts of Northern Ireland into Scotland too, and then there will be a scattering of showers elsewhere, but for many quite a bit of dry weather around, and we should see some bright or sunny spells developing at times too. Worth bearing in mind that the winds could be quite strong for some of us, but temperatures will be rising again. We could be looking at mid, possibly even high teens on Sunday, so that's well above average for the time of year. In any shelter from the winds, in any sunshine, it could feel pretty warm, particularly across southeastern parts, and even across Scotland we're likely to get into the low to mid-teens. Worth bearing in mind that Sunday is the spring equinox, so from that day onwards days become longer than nights. The equinox is on Wednesday. If you want more information about that, do check out my weekend weather forecast, which is available on our YouTube channel. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.